Hello everyone. Thank you so much for visiting the Super Fanboy Guy channel. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is the best way you can support my channel, and it's free and easy. If you would like to further support me and my content, be sure to check out the Patreon account at www.patreon.com/superfanboyguy. Tier levels include Octagon deck files for decks shown on the channel, bonus content not found on YouTube, entry into a monthly raffle, and more. You can also find me on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for the SFG logo. Once again, thanks for visiting the channel. Now let's let the nerd times roll. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Brandon, the Super Fanboy Guy, and this is episode 3 of the Playground series. Yes, that's right. So for some of you that don't know what the series is about, the Playground series is it's a series of videos where I take a popular versus system deck and I play it on Octagon, and I kind of show you some of the cool tricks and things you can do with the deck, and maybe you'd be interested in either playing the deck on Octagon or maybe building the paper deck for yourself. And I decided that for this episode, we're going to do some Green Lantern. But before we actually hop into Octagon, I want to kind of share something that was actually quite flattering. So about 3 days ago, I'm just going to go to my YouTube channel here, and I want to show everybody. So I get this notification that says, LanterncastVIDS mentioned you in a video trading cards unboxing 2005 Green Lantern Corps DC versus System TCG packs sealed. So I'm like, this is the first time I ever saw something like this, and I didn't really know what to expect. So I actually clicked on the link, and when I clicked on the link, I was like, oh, cool, this is a guy doing like a unboxing of some Green Lantern packs. So I was, I kind of just saw the video really quick and thought it was kind of cool seeing somebody else doing some versus system content for a change. So I was watching at some of the cards that he opened, and he actually pulled a couple of good cards, one of them being No Man Escapes the Manhunter. This is a cool video, and you guys should definitely check it out. And I was listening to this video, and I didn't know what he was talking about until I think about here. And
speaking to this series of cards, as a Green Lantern fan, I thought you guys should see this. But if you want to know more about these series or see more about these cards, if you want to know more about how to build a deck out of these and how to play the game, I found a video by a channel called Super Fanboy Guy, and the title of the video is Video versus System CCG Deck Profile Green Lantern Deck Profile version 1.0. I'll have that link down below. If you want to see.
So this guy just plugged my YouTube channel for free, and I was like super excited because I never had anybody do that on my channel before. But if you guys want to check out the rest of his video that he opens a couple packs here. So I'm going to return the favor by, telling him to go check out his channel, and he's got 495 subscribers. And yes, I left a comment on there because how could he plug me and I not leave a comment? That would just be totally tacky, right? So make sure to check out this video too and subscribe to his channel too. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm automatically subscribed. So yeah, it was super excited. I was super excited to see that, and having some other person do versus system content was just really cool. So now what we're going to do is, since I saw this video, I wanted to, showcase a Green Lantern deck. So LanterncastVIDS totally promoted my channel, which was cool. So I figured that I do a Green Lantern deck for the Playground series to show everybody how the deck actually works. And I'll leave a link in the description too if you want to look at that deck profile video. I think I did it about a year ago, something like that. But anyway, okay, so we're going to be playing some Green Lantern today in this episode of the Playground series. So the one thing I want to say about Green Lantern, we have all the character cards here. We got all of these right here. I'll just kind of pass through them really quick. And maybe, because I don't know if this image is just small, that not everybody can see it. But you can kind of see, I'm trying something also new with my Playground series where I'm showing the whole deck like this on Octagon. And I kind of found a way how to do it. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this Green Lantern deck before we play test it. So you'll notice that all the Green Lantern cards have range. And that's very important. Not only did they have range, but they have flight and range. The range portion of it is really important because you can see we play cover fire. Target defender gets +2 defense for this attack for each other non-stun character with range you control. So if we have 4 characters out on the field and we play cover fire, that means that the character will get +6 defense, which is really cool because Sinestro is one of the key cards of the deck, and he has an ability whenever an attacker stuns a defender you control other than Sinestro, stun that attacker. So let's say by turn 6 we have about 6 characters out on the field, and the only way they can get through his ability is by attacking him first. So let's say they attack into Sinestro. Well, then we can flip up cover fire and give Sinestro +5 defense if we have 6 characters out, making it a 10 defense total, which is really good. So that's like one of the things that we can do with the deck. And you also notice that all the Green Lantern character cards have an ability called willpower. Well, what willpower is used for is using willpower for certain card effects, such as the Ring Has Chosen, and we get to search for an affiliated character with cost less than or equal to the total willpower of characters you control as you play the Ring Has Chosen. Reveal that card, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck, and then discard a card. So that's like one of their main search cards in the deck. Now, this is the stall version of the deck. So what that means is we want to wait till later turns before we go off with some of our combos. So the big payoff cards that we have for the later turns is definitely 1 copy of Gamma Bomb. Play only during the combat phase, KO all characters, and also 0 Hour. Play 0 Hour only during the combat phase. Each of your opponents lose X endurance, where X is the total willpower of characters you control. Now, turn 9 is a very long time to wait to play this card, but it could still be the card that wins you the game. And that's kind of the one of the strategies is to just stall your opponent out. Also, I want to take a minute to mention Olapet. He gets +5 willpower while you control 5 or more resources, and he has a boost effect. You pay 1 additional resource point that when he comes to play, you search your deck for a Green Lantern card with cost 1 or less, reveal it and put it in your hand, then you shuffle your deck and you gain 1 resource point. So that's why you'll notice that there's no there is no 3 cost characters in this deck because we use our 3 cost slot to play Olapet on turn 3 with the boost effect. Our other 2-drop is Kyle Rayner. He's a really understated 2-drop, but when he comes to play, you get to search your deck for a construct, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then you shuffle your deck. So one of the construct cards that we use in this build is we play 1 copy of Chopping Block, and you can see right at the below Chopping Block it says construct. So that's how you know it's a construct, but we have that, and then we also have Catcher's Mitt, or I'm sorry, not Catcher's Mitt, Helping Hand as a construct as well. So just a couple of ways to search for it. And one of the very powerful plot twists in the deck is going to be I'm Back Poozers. Recover target stun Green Lantern character you control will cost less than the total willpower of characters you control. So just a free auto recovery. You can use it if you're Sinestro stun, and then you can play, have Sinestro out on the field, not necessarily play him. And so the other thing is we have Gnort, who's like, he gives all our other Green Lanterns +1/+1. So kind of think of him as a Lord effect in Magic the Gathering. And we have Green Lantern, where we can pay 2 endurance to KO a character will cost 1 or less. We can only use it during once per turn. Katma Tui is another important card to mention because she has an ability. Exhaust any number of characters you control with total willpower 5 or greater, gain 5 endurance. Gaining endurance is very important in this deck because by gaining endurance, we can live longer to the later turns. So that's what she's really good for. And Olapet is, he gets +5 willpower when you control 5 or more resources. So you can exhaust him and maybe her and another character to get a total of 10 endurance. So that's also a really powerful deck. So that's about it for this just kind of the deck portion of it. If you guys want to see the full list of this deck, it'll be in the description below. And before we play test this deck, I also want to mention that, and I can't believe I didn't mention this in the deck profile video, I just found out that this deck was made by Ralph Edwards III. So he's a very active member on the Versus System collective group. I think his main deck that he loves to play, he's all about Kang. But this is a deck that he made, so I wanted to give him credit. So if you guys find Ralph Edwards, in the group with their, through a post or message, tell him, this is a good deck. I'm glad you did it. So, okay, we're gonna get things started here. So let's go ahead and draw our 4 cards. And I'm actually going to shuffle the deck a couple of times. I've got it's Control S is the shortcut key. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I don't think this is a very good hand. I think we could do better, so I'm actually going to mulligan. That's not very good there. Okay, let's see what happens. 1 and 2. All right, I would go ahead and play the cover fire face down into our resource, and I guess we have our 1-drop. We'll put her in the support row right there. What our 1-drop does here is each Green Lantern character you control gets +X attack while attacking a character with a greater cost, where X is the willpower of that Green Lantern character. So we can go ahead and maybe hit them for 1 if they don't have any 1-drops, and then we go to our next turn. So let's draw 2 cards, and so we'll go ahead and play a resource there. And unfortunately, we do not have a 2-cost character. But sometimes missing on 2 is not the end of the world. But okay, so let's go to turn 3. And also, I did forget to mention, I feel like this deck wants to have the even initiative, so that's something else to note as well. But okay, we're gonna play Gamma Bomb down there, and then let's go ahead and recruit Gnort. So that means she will get +1/+1 with Gnort, so that's something to remember. We do some attacking. We would probably lose a character at this turn if our opponent played a 3-cost character. So this is not an ideal hand, but let's see what happens. Draw 1 and 2. Okay, drawing Green Lantern wasn't too bad. And we got I'm Back Poozers, so that is cool. All right, so we would go ahead and recruit Green Lantern, and I guess we form something like this. And then if they still have a 1-drop, we could activate Oliver Queen's effect to KO a character with cost 1 or less. So, we could do some attackings. And he will be a 10/7 with Gnort, which is really nice too. And also, before we attack, we could probably put Chopping Block on Gnort this time. So, because what we could do is, since we underdrop 2, if Oliver Queen attacks like their 4-drop, and let's just say we both get stunned, well, we can activate Gnort with Chopping Block, and a equipped character has activate remove target stun character from the game, so we could try to remove their 4-drop this turn. And this is assuming that we're on the even initiative, but okay, so we're gonna assume we still have all of our characters. So let's go ahead and go to turn 5. So draw 1 and 2. Oh, that would have been nice earlier. So let's go ahead and put a resource face down. And we have Katma Tui that we're playing, and I think I'm okay forming like this, except maybe we do it this way so we can protect Gnort a little bit more. And we still have this cover fire, assuming that all these characters are still out on the field. And yeah, so maybe attack with Katma Tui first, and then depending on and then maybe attack with Green Lantern, and then we can activate Gnort because he has the Chopping Block to remove a character, and then maybe Arisia, is that how you pronounce her name? Arisia, whatever. She can attack for some damage too. So okay, so let's say we recover, and let's go to turn 6 now. So we draw 1 and 2. Okay, so I didn't mention what this card does. Willworld reveal the top card of your deck. Put a revealed character with willpower 1 or greater from your hand. Put all other revealed cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. For each card you put into your hand, discard a card. So this is very similar to Doom's Throne Room, except Doom's Throne Room is with plot twist cards. So I guess we can go ahead and flip this up and activate, and then we can reveal 1 and 2. Okay, so we get 2 cards, and now we have to discard 2 cards. I guess we can discard a Gnort and a Kyle Rayner, because we're probably not going to play any of those. So, okay, so turn 6, we got our Sinestro. So what's really cool about Sinestro is that, okay, so if their character attacks anybody except Sinestro, and let's say they attack Oliver Queen first and they get stunned, well, they're going to have to stun the attacker that stunned him. So that's why he's really good at doing that. And since, kind of go back for a second here. And even if they try to attack it, we can flip up Cover Fire and give Sinestro plus 8 defense. So we get like a free stun with that as well. So that's kind of cool. And then we also do have this Catcher's Mitt to give a defender we control +1 defense this attack for each character with willpower 1 or greater. So this, if they somehow played like a couple of Savage Beatdowns, we could flip this on Sinestro and also give him the boost as well. Now, in this kind of board state, here is something really interesting that I kind of want to play out as well. Okay, so let's say Sinestro is stunned. Now, let's say they decide to attack Oliver Queen, and we have Sinestro stunned. Now, we could do something really sneaky here, and we can flip up I'm Back Poozers to recover a stun character with willpower. Stun target character I control with cost less than the total willpower of characters you control. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and he's a 6 cost, so we can recover Sinestro. And now, since Oliver Queen becomes stunned, now their character that stunned them will get stunned as well. So that's also kind of a neat trick that you can also do with this kind of board state. So that's just it's kind of a tricky way that you can get them. Plus, with their character stun, you can also activate Gnort to remove that stun character. So that's, despite us missing some of our early drops, we're doing actually okay here. And this is also assuming that we kept all of our characters. So, all right, so let's go next. We're going to draw 2. And, all right, so we're going to play another Ring Has Chosen face down. And before I activate the Ring Has Chosen, I'm going to actually go ahead and flip over Willworld. So we'll reveal 1, and okay, we didn't get so lucky that time. So we're going to put these at the bottom of the deck. So move to bottom of deck. So we didn't get those. But now we can play the Ring Has Chosen, and we're going to get a character with cost less than or equal to the total willpower of characters we control. So we have willpower 6 plus 4 is 10. Yeah, just with those 2 alone, we could search for any characters. So let's go ahead and we're going to get our 7-drop Guy Gardner. Now, he's really something else too. So other characters you control get +1 willpower, but each JLI defender and Green Lantern defender you control gets +X defense, where X is that character's willpower. So while they're defending, it's like they get another defense boost from his effect. So it's kind of like adding more defense, kind of like a pseudo cover fire, if you will. But this is kind of pretty good so far. And since we're on turn 7, it's going to be their initiative, excuse me. Now they can attack Sinestro, and Sinestro will automatically get a +6 defense because of his willpower. So it makes things a little bit harder to deal with. And, okay, so let's say they stun, okay? And then we have to KO 2 characters this turn. And then, oh yeah, that goes away as well. Okay, so we recover, and we'll go to turn 8. Now, turn 8 is where stuff gets really interesting. Back Poozers. That's pretty good. So I am going to put that in the resource row. then, oh, I forgot to recover that too. Okay, whatever, we'll activate it now. So 1, and, oh, wow, okay. That was pretty good. And I should have I keep forgetting that you have to discard a card with this, so I'll discard this Kyle Rayner from last turn. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so since I drew these two, I might as well get rid of these two 1-drops since they're not going to help. Now, I was going to play the other Ring Has Chosen to find our A-drop, but we were lucky and drew it with the location. So we're just going to go ahead and play this. So now here's the really interesting part with this. So now we're going to put all these characters in the back row here because Mogo says, while Mogo is visible and in your front row, support row characters you control cannot be attacked. So he just becomes a big blocker. And with Guy Gardner's effect, he's going to get +8 defense. So he's going to be 29 defense, which is ridiculous. Plus, if we still had an active, a face down cover fire, this would add so much defense to Mogo. So this is like the dream scenario for us right now, is having all of this. Plus, if they even do decide to stun Mogo, we can activate Katma Tui to exhaust Mogo to get the gain 5 endurance, or we could exhaust any number of these other characters for 5 endurance. And the Guy Gardner and giving other characters plus willpower is such a huge difference with Katma Tui, because now she becomes a 5 willpower, so she doesn't need to have she doesn't need to exhaust, let's say, a herself and a willpower of 1 to gain 5. Now she can just exhaust herself to get that 5 endurance if you need to. It may not necessarily happen, but that's some things you can also do. And then what's really funny, even if they do manage to stun Mogo, we also have that other I'm back Poozers to recover the Mogo. So that's also something else you could do that's pretty sweet. So, okay, so let's say they had a hard time trying to get through our defenses and they couldn't do anything. And obviously here we could do some attacking since Green Lantern have flight and range, like every single one of them. So let's say, okay, we'll go to recovery now. We'll go to turn 9. So this is the best case scenario that you want, is going to turn 9. Oh, another Ring Is Chosen. Okay, so now we're going to actually play that. And then we're going to go ahead and flip up Willworld again. Maybe we'll get lucky like last time. And that is a definite no. Okay, so I'm going to move these to the bottom of my deck. And then we're going to go ahead and flip up the Ring Is Chosen. So we can, pretty much since we have so much willpower, we can search for any card. So we are going to get our 9-drop character, which is Ion, the Kyle Rayner Ion. Oh, there he is right there. Now this guy is interesting. When he comes to play, put your deck into your hand if your total willpower of characters you control is 25 or greater. So we put him, I guess, in the back row. So we do have 25 greater. Let me just count. Okay, 4. He gives others. So 4, 5, 6, 11, 7, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, that's definitely enough. So then we can draw all of the cards into our hand, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. And also, just to let people know, in this game, you don't lose by decking out. So that's why I did that. But yeah, this is kind of the best case scenario for us if we live this long. And then since we drew our entire hand, we can now play, whoops, not that one. I thought that was the wrong card. Where is it? We can play the 4 copies of our 0 hour and just drain our opponent if we didn't even do any damage with any of our characters this game. So that is kind of like the combo that you do with it. And this is just a fun and silly deck that I just love. you know, when you do stuff like that, it's pretty ridiculous. Whoops. Let me go back here. I made a boo-boo. Okay. So you just do all sorts of stuff like that, and then I thought we had a fourth one somewhere. Oh, maybe I gotta go. Yeah, there we go. I gotta. But yeah, so that's just kind of some of the stuff you can do with this deck, and oh, there's the fourth one, by the way. I'll put that one back. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this video, and just to show you a couple of things what Green Lantern can do. So this will be it for this video. This is, again, episode 3 of the Playground series. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more of them, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, while you're at it, take a look at LanterncastVIDS, their YouTube channel, and check out some of their stuff. If you're a big Green Lantern fan and you need more Green Lantern in your nerd diet, as it were, make sure to check them out as well. And also, if you haven't joined the Facebook collective group, make sure you guys do that, because they are a super awesome group of people, and you should definitely get to know the community if you're watching these videos as well. So that'll be it for this video. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.